Hi, I'm Chucky, and as I have suggested yesterday, and well, people weren't against it, I went and added a nice little list up there on the left side where we can see my current, both long-term and short-term plans through this playthrough. I've also noticed that the game is pretty quiet, and while that might also be a problem with my microphone, well, I just whatchamacallit, increase the volume and it should be fine. Hopefully. Um that aside, it is raining again, and I just man, why did it have to start raining right as I rediscovered just how much I enjoy hiking? Like, here's the thing, right? My old girl has gotten to the point in age where she kind of can't go on long walks for too much. Rather, like, she can go on. Like, it's not that she can't. How should I put it? It's not that she doesn't have the energy to, like, be outside. But the poor girl is just not able to move, like, too quickly and stuff. And I love her dearly, but she has no way of accompanying me on any sort of, like, longer walk, even comparable to rather short walks that I used to go with her on back when she was younger. So sadly, I have not been able, or rather, I haven't really had the motivation to just go out and about, because I really had fun with Pokemon Go when it came out, because it gave me like a reason to go out and like walk, and I straight like really like walking as long as it's with a purpose. The problem is there was just a very brief window of time, comparably, like a few months to like somewhat less of a year, where the game like ran reasonably well on the phone that I had. Nowadays it just drains my battery so fast, but then again, this phone is really old, so it does die quickly. So that's out the window. Also, Pokemon Go, not a game to play when out in the wilderness. And I do prefer to go out like in the woods in, less peopled areas, because not that I have anything against people, I just enjoy, the vibes of like nature rather than just walking through concrete. Also, it's healthier, like, no duh. That being said, though, the point I'm getting at is I've rediscovered how much I enjoy hiking, and I think I can convince a friend of mine to also be joining me, so that, I actually am going with someone. And with that being said, hold on, let me just pull up, because I like to have the things over. There we go. This works. So, why? Okay, I feel like the fog is weird right now. But alas. So now we have this sorted out. I should go panning. Oh wait, it's cooking, right? No. Is it only me, or do I have less food than last time I was here? Because I feel like I do. But, no. No, I do not. Okay. It's just a lot of food. So, current objective, I am going to look for fuel patches and just start cutting them up, and using that to make oh, how lovely. And using that to make a roof for the home. With that, let me see, I want to pick some of those. I'm gonna take like 4 of these. I have, yeah, this works. So anyway, and last week I kind of like offhandedly got a couple of friends, and we went on a nice long like 3-hour hike. And afterwards, holy shit, bro, I felt so good. Like, genuinely, I forgot not just how much I enjoy, like, just this stuff, but also how good it makes me feel, like, physically. And I think I also convinced at least one of them to give a half-hearted, like, commitment, which, hey, half a heart is better than none. And now, it's been raining pretty much non-stop for, like, I don't know, man, a lot of time. But, you know, that's... well, that's just kind of that. And I'm just so miffed, man. Alright, let's see. Oh, this is a lake. That's good. I think puddles have a, like, the best chance to give me fuel. No dear. But a lake will do as well. So yeah, that's kind of where I am at right now. And speaking of actually the rain, bro, I am fucking cursed. I've had a couple of moments these past days where I just, you know, go out, have a walk, all that good stuff. And then I get caught out by the rain because I had the poor sense of assuming that just because the weather is cloudy, it doesn't mean it is going to rain, as it has pretty much all day. This shit has happened to me with multiple, like, rounds of rain within the same day. How the and the worst part is, right, the worst part is, yesterday, as well as today, I had the foresight to actually get myself, like, a raincoat. Because I don't know, I don't like umbrellas. And guess what? While I was going and, you know, doing stuff literally out and about, it didn't rain. It even stopped raining, like, between when I decided I'm gonna be going out and I need a coat, specifically today, and when I actually got outside. Like, I'm just comically unlucky. I've managed to convince, actually, someone who is very much a kind of like, you know, oh, your luck is what you make of it kind of guy, to go like, okay, yeah, dude, you are, like, comically unlucky. So yeah, there's got to be, like, something that's out there against me. But you know what? Here's the thing, right? I know I'm doing fine. Because this, like, my lack of luck just kind of flares up when I'm doing fine. And, you know, like, if I'm not doing well, if I'm not, like, I get a break. But if I'm doing fine, I'm just... Alright, let's see, I have 0 gears. And farming. Alright, I'll probably pick up the other cracked vessels. Anyway, that being said, honestly, no, that's kind of it. Really. I don't have a torch with me, but it's about midday. I bet I can make it back home before nightfall. So yeah, that is... Oh yeah, one thing to note. So, the target is to finish at least, like, one of the quote-unquote current objectives. So, that's what is going to be my main focus. However, honestly, that's kind of it. So I will only be stopping the stream after I complete at least one of the current goals. And then, you know, I'll see pretty much. That being said, I'm currently hunting for Thatch because Thatch is strangely, how should I put it? It's strangely expensive to build a thatch roof, especially for like the point in the game where you're supposed to be, because oh shit, these are a lot of good mushrooms. Um, because should I mark this area? Hold on, is the elephant saddle good to eat? Elephant saddle? No, it is not. I love the fact that like elephant saddle, which sounds so innocent, is poisonous, but you have witch's hat, which sounds poisonous, and on a glance, like I initially thought the elephant saddle was actually witch's hat, or whatever it's called. I think it's called witch's hat. These look like a cluster, then there's multiple colors. But yeah, so the witch's hat is not poisonous, but elfin saddle, which again, elfin, like that sounds innocent. But no, poisonous, and quite severely so. I don't know if it was an exploit or what, but it used to be that cutting up some of the mushrooms would remove, like would also help contribute to them being less poisonous. I'm thinking currently, what should I do with the worms? Because there's, roughly speaking, two options. Technically three. They have three uses, but one of them I just never really noticed, so I'm not really considering it. Option one, use them to make worm casings, which are a balanced but poor source of whatchamacallit, fertilizers, of nutrients in the soil. However, they have, yeah, I'm going to mark this area as very mushroomy. However, they have the very bad habit of being very, whatchamacallit, no, that's it. They're not too strong, but they are pretty easy to get, and they offer nitrogen, which is actually one of the harder soil nutrients to get, because I think the only fertilizer that does give it is compost, and compost is better off used to craft terra preta. So that's option one. Option two, which I'm considering, is just using them as bait for fish. Oh, it's a sow. No worries. For fish traps, which is useful in general, and getting them started can like give me early access to somewhat, like not too much, but also not too little, lime by catching in shellfish, rather shells, and I can then grind them up. If I don't find lime, that is a pretty good option. Lastly, there's option 3, which I personally don't really like, because I just can't see a direct benefit to it. Okay, let me just see. Thatch. Can I... Well, I guess there's the option of crafting, like, baskets and then cutting them up, which kind of works, like, for some reason it turns the reeds into thatch. So that is an option, comma, question mark. But it's very ineffective, and to be honest, I'd be better off using all those reeds to make poultice with the somewhat abundant horsetail around. because at least, you know, it's a base form of healing. I once accidentally, like, and not just me, apparently, there's other people just don't pay attention to the poisonous mushrooms until... Oh shit, there's also a lot of mushrooms here. This is good. I should not be dying of hunger after rain, at least. Holy shit, there's a lot of them. Should I go scavenging? Nah. Actually, you know what? I will. Because I do have a good enough environment back home that they can hold me for like the month. So I'm gonna focus on that. Besides, I'm mostly here looking for one specific type of whatchamacallit, of item. So I'm not going to have a lot of my inventory clogged up, which is just great in general. Besides, I did have a bit of a shortage in food last time. Yeah, I was gonna say last night for some reason. Speaking of reasons, oh fuck. Well, I mean, I'm gonna need one eventually, but that doesn't mean I have to be happy about this, because this is another inventory spot that is taken up. But in other news, I've made I saw a game on Steam and I like wishlisted a while back, and I didn't remember why, because it seemed kind of mid. It's called Castlecraft, which, like, even the name is generic, right? However, I like, it seems to have come out, and I don't think it had a demo out before, so I picked up the demo, and it might sound generic, but I think it's gonna be right up my alley. It has one thing that I don't really like in building games, which is that the area mechanic of Dwarf Fortress, you know, because in Dwarf Fortress and games inspired by it, you don't like have buildings that you put down. You have like areas that you designate for, you know, build for various purposes. This game kind of like compensates for that, I guess, by go away. You know what? No, fuck you. Fight me. Hello. Ah, there we go. Oh! Oh no, my hubris. Okay, now I understand why women pick him. He is infinitely easier to stun on than I would be. Oh dear. I'm feeling awfully proud of myself. I feel like I'm about to get my ass kicked. Though, there is a problem right now, which is going to be the storage for the hide. Because the hide is not going to last too long. I would need to find... There's 2 pieces, so I would need to find, like... Well, I could find salt. But even then I would need to use, like, a hammer to... You know, wait, is the king bullet? I think the king bullet is poisonous. No, it is not, but I only have inventory for it. I don't really want to give up anything. Oh great, he spooked me and I... Wait a second, I can just use the poultice. Oh shit, that's a lot of poultice. That's a lot of healing, sorry. Alright, let's see, king bullet. There's a lot of mushrooms here, I'm happy. Happy as a Mario brother. So, Ah, there we go. These are familiar. So now that I have those 2 large pelts, like that's 10 leather. That's a whatchamacallit, a backpack and some change. That's a lot. And I don't want to give it up because bears are a pretty rare find. However, I'm probably gonna have to. Oh wait, this is linen. That's why it gave me so much, because it's a linen horsetail poultice. That's, I think, the 2nd tier, which I feel like the horsetail poultices are made to be effective for like unarmored guys. So if you are not rocking, Yeesh! Now that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. All right, I'm gonna fuck off then. But I'm gonna go. Where have I not explored? Wait, it seems like that's the end, like the top end, the northern end of the continent. And it be. Ooh, this is nice. This is very nice. All right, let's see. You know what? Screw you, ho. I do not need you. What is this? Yo. I'm probably gonna eat the bearded tooth. And I also need to, what do we have here? Pumpkin seeds. Ooh, that's really good. That's really good. Okay, let's put it. Let's put a green star and call it what? Hollow. Let's see, what else can we get? Carrot seeds. That is decent, but nothing too crazy. I'm gonna give up my axe here. Oh right, doesn't count as a solid gold. That's interesting. What else? Pineapple seeds! In the words of a very wise woman, yes, thank you, pineapple. And I can't even pelt these because... You know what? Screw it. Shallow can stay as well. What else? A little wormy worm. Spelt. These aren't too useful. I'm gonna toss them away. Some more spelt seeds. And... Alright, because, like, it's... No, sorry. It's not that spelt seeds aren't useful. It's that they're infinitely more common than the other things that I found. Okay, let me just put this here. I should probably get back home, just deposit a lot of this stuff. So yeah. You know, the thing is, right? I genuinely think the game, like, from what I've heard on the Discord, one of the creators is actually afraid of the ocean, and you know, it happens and stuff. They brave it when they need to create assets for it, because I think it's someone from the art team. I'm very bad with this kind of stuff. So that's probably gonna be a reason. Oh, hold on. There we go. So, oh, brain, work with me. Damn you. Like I said, they are like afraid of the ocean, and I don't know how seriously it they. Ooh, this is good to know. This is very good to know, and it's also close. And I don't know how serious. I don't think it was too serious when I heard like someone, again, I don't know precisely who, because pretty much the only person I know of like by name is Tyron, and that's because he's the face of the team, and I'm not confident it was him. But point is, so why are you floating? Brain, work with me. Thank you. I should probably I don't think I need to worry too much about rabbits and stuff like eating. Rather, I shouldn't be worried that like I'm going to lose the seed, unlike in real life. Man, it's really pouring outside, huh? Oh shit, let me just drop these here, because these do need to last as long as possible. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear. Alright, so actually I don't need this. Just realized. Because there are a couple of spots here. Now, the pumpkin... Actually, fuck. I'm stupid. I forgot there was a lake right in front here. Oh, some lead. And ebony is a really useful tree if I can get it to propagate. I'm really gonna... Is ebony supposed to be that fast in sprouting? No, sorry, our tree is supposed to be that fast in sprouting. Alright, let's deposit some food here as well. And I'm gonna go... I'm going to cut this into jerky, because currently that is a fair bit more resource effective than cooking it. Because I have the mushrooms for like full on feeding, I guess. Also, I feel like this area might be pretty rich in copper. So here's hoping. All I need is 6 more copper nuggets and oh, we got it. Straight up 6. Wow. Oh dear. Okay. So now that we got that sorted, yeah, now that we got that sorted out, I'm just gonna throw this away so I'm not well, hello there. But I'm not confused. Now that we got that sorted out, I think I should go and pick up some of the brown coal up on the surface. And brown coal burns for like, okay, 1100. Copper melts at like 1096, right? 1084. What burns at 196? I wonder if I look this up. Nope. Oh well. Probably just misremembering it. Man, this game, while it's raining outside, hits strangely hard. Alright, let's get some more meat. Time to meet the meat, boys. I don't think I've ever, like, picked up, whatchamacallit, stones off the ground intentionally outside of, like, digging. So either it's a recent update, and I haven't noticed up until now, or, is just unlikely, because I never thought that you could get like snake or earthworm spawns from picking up stones. Oh right, it's down here. Should I get to cooking something? Let's see. Nope. All right, let's see. So tomorrow morning, first things first, I'm going to be picking up the brown coal, and I'm going to be heading to where I saw the surface brown coal when we started, and picking that up, because the bit should be enough that heating. Wait, do I have a crucible? Because I think I know I have the molds, but do I have the crucible? Because it would be such an L to. I do not have a crucible. Oh goody. So let's get that handled real quick. What else? I'm gonna make another cooking pot because I'm gonna need those. And some more crock pots because we are going to be needing more of those. All right. Letting these cook while I go to find the coal, and that should quite handily allow us to enter the Copper Age. Aside from that, oops. Aside from that, I think, what else do we have here? Prospecting is gonna be like a bit off. You know what? I'm gonna be making a mold for that. Okay, so I'm gonna be setting up the whole thing again. I'm gonna make I'm not gonna go to the anvil mold yet, because it's gonna be a while before I consider using an anvil, because we need those for like more advanced smithing. But I am going to try and skip the copper anvil, because making an anvil takes the equivalent of 9 ingots, and I've had like I think the recycling gets me back only 4 of them. So that would be pretty wasteful when I don't know quite yet what the area is around. Sorry, what the area around is about. Alright. And crockpots. I'm definitely gonna be making something else, and I'm gonna be needing, like, I'm just gonna add the other 2 crockpots left over here for that. Now the question, oh right. One reason I might need actually a copper anvil is to make saws. I'm not thinking, because I've never built with ebony, so I'm definitely gonna be using it in my buildings. Let's see, how does the ebony wood look like? Well, very dark. Who'da thunk? You see, the thing is, I like when I start out to kind of choose a palette that I'm gonna be running with. So far, what I've used the most is plaster for walls and what's it called? Honestly, whatever wood was around, but usually either pine or oak for the floors. So I'm going to be trying to avoid that this time. What else? Prospecting pick. Wait. Let me make double. Yep, I do not have a prospecting pick mold. Because technically molds are consumable since the last update. because they can break if you if they get exposed to suddenly to water at too high of a temperature, which mimics how ceramics and more, what's the word, um I don't know, glass like pieces in real life do tend to handle thermic shock, like thermal expansion and contraction pretty poorly. And yeah, I'm gonna go for the anvil mold. I probably won't have enough, but that's hardly relevant. And I'm gonna probably make a cauldron. Should I hold off actually on the cauldron, because the thing with a cauldron is that it's a very useful tool with expanded foods installed, and I've always made it, but it does cost you the equivalent of like 6 ingots. And it's also possible, I think, to find at a kitchen trader or whatever it's called. One. I don't know for how much though. But then again, gears are replaceable, whereas copper is technically not. It remains to be seen. I'm reminded. I saw a comment today talking about like replying to a comment talking about how people don't have like the patience and ability to focus on this game these days. And it was an interesting thing because the person talked about how their affinity for the game came from the fact that they have spent a something to the effect of too much time in the woods. And it's interesting because usually people aren't too keen on the games that represent like what they do. Notable exceptions notwithstanding. Apparently, truck drivers actually really like Euro Truck Simulator, which, okay, that's an interesting bit. I'm curious, how good am I for charcoal? We're gonna have to see. But that aside, um, come on, brain, you can do it. I believe in you. I've had people who, like, aware of this game have spoken about the concept of using it as, like, a source of familiarity with bushcrafting and other such hobbies. And it was interesting. I need the torch. No, not the... There we go. Because like I spoke about how this game made me want to try my hand at stone napping, and someone really seemed concerned over the fact that I did that. Um, and I get why, because because of the way they are, um, it's really difficult, I guess, to understand just how dangerous errant bits of like stone can be, because they're hard, they're tiny, and depending on the type of stone, but usually it's true for pretty much all of them, they tend to retain their sharpness. which makes them very dangerous to someone who is napping unprepared. But the thing is, right, the thing is, if I'm talking about, and I think this is true of pretty much everyone, if I'm talking about doing a thing based on what a video game has taught me, I am almost certainly not intending to whatchamacallit, take the game as like the whole picture. You know, like this game has taught me a lot. This and Theft Ages have taught me a lot about how to do like the vast concepts of something, you know? Like I believe that with like just based on principle, I would be able to like do some smithing based on what this game has taught me. However, I would probably suck ass. Like I would barely have like the foundation of like, okay, so I need to like hit it so that the hit strength is great enough that it moves like the thing and it then puts it into shape. And you know, because I'm not talking about mold, like pouring stuff into molds. I'm talking about like actual smith work, I guess. Which is kind of like, you know, brain, work with me. God damn it. The point I'm getting at is, however, there is a great big gap in my knowledge when it comes to, for example, the acquisition and like the actual processing of ores. This game just has you put them in a crafting grid with a hammer. But like, how does that really work? Because they're not really geodes, right? Like in real life, you break off small like bits and then you like separate them from the rocky gravel, I guess, that emerges after they're all crushed. But then like, how do you do that, right? The best I could come up with is a kind of just filling up a whatchamacallit, a container. I'm just gonna... Oh, there we go. We have some tool, and I'm going to harvest it after I go grab the coal. So filling up like a bath of water, and then should I start growing the flax as well? I'm going to pick up these ones and let that one like fully develop. These two? Yeah, two of them. Anyway, so that the difference in density, where pure metal I think should, like, at least for copper, it should be significantly lighter than the like dirt gravel. So the dirt would kind of like, as it's also going to get soaked through by the water, basically becoming kind of mud. And actually, I just realized... Oh wait, I would need... What? Okay, yeah, so I've dug all the way down here. But there is another one which... Okay, I figured out what happened. And with, like, you know, one set of particles floating up while the other one has sunk, I can then broadly, like, remove one of them, and then whichever I want to keep, I get to keep. So that's, like, the principle I'd be working under. And that only really, I think, works for, like, smithing. Wait, I don't need this. I'm looking for this. And I don't know how it would even work for like iron, for example, because you can melt and cast copper. The same is not true for iron. Even in this game, you need a bloomery to make iron, but How would that work in real life? Like, I imagine the heat would be working at would be great enough that if I like put in a container around which like or in which I've left the uh like particulates, I guess, it would like either break or fuse partly to it, and we're really back at square one, you know? And the point I'm getting at is that this is like something that I can understand and I can work around and stuff, but you know what I can't? The fact that I just straight up would not recognize a lot of these materials. You know, like for example, surface deposits might be, because I think those do even in like real life tend to be more pure. But I don't have like, you know, the upper what am I looking at style prompt that lets me know, okay, this is the thing that I'm looking at. And I can then look into, you know, what it does, for example. And that's not to even get into foraging. So the point is, and I don't think I'm saying like anything groundbreaking, but this game gives you a good grasp of like the broad strokes, the foundations of the foundations. But you very much have conveniences that you wouldn't in real life, which would make it challenging, if not outright difficult. Sorry, if not outright dangerous to rely on this game to survive. You know, kind of like a better than nothing, or really any kind of like get into any kind of, I guess, what's the word? Artisan process. So yeah. For example, okay, just came to mind because there's a lot of hidden conveniences and other such things in video games that we don't even realize. You know, like Coyote Time, notoriously. And I just realized, like, I'm harvesting wet, like, stalks of, I think tool, or rather, reeds in general count as, basically aquatic grass. Oh, cool. Let's see. I'm going to just get more life. No, I don't. But the other options are just not that great. I'm just gonna go with this. Simple, effective. Anyway, like I'm harvesting stalks of long, like water-dwelling plants. But as soon as I cut them, they just drop in a form that I can just, you know, literally right here and now shape into a roof, which is to imply that as soon as I'd get home, I could be able to um, drop it on a like wooden crisscross or like in some form or whatever, you get the idea, atop my dwelling, which would then just be fine. And I guess with a thin roof, it shouldn't be too big of a problem, because it would just dry out as time goes on. But if the roof is anything like thicker than whatever, I don't know. But if it's any thicker, I'll just run the risk of the thing um, rotting because of the water of allowing a lot of mold to get in, or at least rotting a lot faster. I actually genuinely don't know. But very much like what we are getting in our inventory after cutting this down is dry um bundles of fuel stocks, which is not what we would have in IRL. Also in IRL we wouldn't have like any means to bind them, so we just have to kind of carry them or come prepared with something to carry them on. It's actually kind of funny when I think about this because, again, this game, like, okay, it's uncompromising, quote unquote, but you do have a pretty great deal of, I'm looking for a word. I think it's, well, convenience is apt, but not precisely what I was thinking about. I'm gonna go with considerations. All right. It is. Thought I wouldn't see ya, did you? All right, I think I got them all. Nice. The ones that are gonna be left over, I can just eventually make into compost. So that's nice. Or is it rot? Yeah, it's compost. Wonder for how long would it take? Wait, what? Oh, the sod. Interesting. So yeah. Hmm. You know something I again don't know because I'm actually, in spite of the fact that I do like stream, I have streamed for a long while. I actually don't watch streamers, and I genuinely appreciate the patience and consideration of even just like putting me on in the background so that it's you know, like some sound. Like, I appreciate it because I myself just, I don't know. Mm, I like to tell myself that I like listen to stuff that actually makes, you know, like, I guess engages my brain, you know, something concise. In general, I like to I prefer, or I think that what I focus on is stuff that actually has a point, you know. Not, I'm very much not a it's about the journey, not the destination kind of guy, you know. Like, there's a point to be made and someone talks about it. But again, I admit that I'm probably not. And streaming is one of those things that I just don't do. Like, I don't listen to, I don't watch streams because I don't know. I like the middle point between something like a movie or a show or whatever, where those are fucking goats? Hold on. The great floating stone has blessed me. Oh shit! Wait, there's a pair of them. Two lambs. That's good. That's really good. I could probably make a fenced in area and quickly drive them to it. That would probably be pretty great. And then, soon as they grow up, I can start actually feeding them and begin the process of taming. Problem is, since they're still lambs, I can't tell if which one's gonna be, or if they're both gonna be, like, you know, rams or sheep, or if they're going to be um the same gender, right? Oh, there we go. Okay, so that's how that works. All right. I should remember to close this as infrequently as possible. Right. The Ryan here. Put the spelt in here. You know what? No, I'm going to go plant the flax as well. By the way, is anyone else getting the feeling that people who like, there seem to be people who genuinely like mastering the ability to talk about, like, or to spell rather, that one like really long Welsh town name? Am I the only one? Oh god, I'm gonna need a lot of... Wait, can I use this for that? Well, I'll be diddly damned. That's definitely new. Oh! Oh, this is good. However, it is... What is not good is the fact that I am going to need some speed. What am I gonna need? How many of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. By 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I think. 8 by 9, 72. Minus 4, 68. That means 16 times 8. Oh dear, that's a fuck ton of grass. Oh well, better get to it. By the way, I wonder, does, like, this is actually something I don't know when it comes to technology. Does screen tearing, like, broadcast, or is it just local? Because, sadly, my monitor is the kind that needs vertical sync, to, you know, not give me screen tearing. However, sadly, Vintage Story is like the one game which does not play well with on vertical sync for me. You know what? I was actually concerned, but I think I'm going to be going pretty quickly through this. I was talking about... Well, I wasn't talking about the knife, but I'm going to make a bone knife. Because I do have a fair bit of sticks, but I'm gonna run out of them so quickly. And bones overall. Okay, so here's the good shit you can make out of bones. So the bone meal is decent. The tools are good. The bone flute is literally useless right now. And then it's cooking. And admittedly, bones don't go bad. Even though in real life, if you leave them for too long, they are going to dry out. And I... Oh, I should get started on a chicken coop. That would be cool. Because I have chickens around. Let's go. How much is 16 times 8? 64, 128. Yeah. 2 stacks of dry grass. This is going pretty quickly, actually. I'm impressed. Okay, a full stack. The mod changed that. Well... Right, I forgot to go back to that. So, I don't usually, like, watch streamers, so I don't have a sense about this. But I feel bad if I just stand in silence for, like, too long, instead of, you know, talking about whatever. And they take this as a question, like, what do you personally prefer? Just kind of chilling and enjoying, you know, the background gameplay of this going on. I can occasionally comment and stuff, or just me going off on, like, some train of thought or other. Because I'm fine with either options. I can see the appeal in both. But I'm going to until I get told to shut up. I'm just gonna stick to trying to fill the. Oh dear, it fell down, didn't it? Down. Wait, is that lead? Huh. Uh, I've read someone ranting about lead earlier today about how just lead has no business being as convenient as it is because of how poisonous it is. And I have to admit, I agree that is very funny. Alright, wait. Oh god, I'm gonna have to go dig up some clay, aren't I? Yep. Just did quick maths. I should probably take the torch and head out before night falls. I don't need the hoe, so I'm gonna leave it back here. I can use this grain to get some chickens. I can make a trap with this, but well, problems for the future. Let me just drop these and these. I'm so good of that. Put the grain. Oh, actually, I should because grain does keep a lot longer, and of course, there's no space. There we go. I think like it keeps, yeah, 3.5 years. There we go. I'm actually curious if there's no issues like what are they called? Grain bugs. That's probably not what they're called, but you get what I'm talking about. Like, does grain actually dry grain keep for that long? Because I mean, I understand. Nobody saw that. Like, oh my fucking. I did not expect them to start spawning this early. And on one hand, holy shit, that scared me. But on the other. Ah! Wait, is that a. Yep, it is. But on the other, at least it reminded me to. Oh, fuck you, buddy. At least it reminded me to go back and pick up my torch. Because I'm probably gonna be coming back on, like, in the dark. There's something very special about the moment when you start, like, actually having areas outside of your house that are lit. And especially once you have, like, a fenced in, like, an actual wall around your dwelling. And where is it? Torch. Give me that thing. Your torch. So there's a very special feeling about the moment when like darkness actually kind of starts to not be too present around you when night falls because you have lampposts and other stuff around. It's part of the reason why I really, again, this is the thing, right? I appreciate the fact that this game has the balls, basically, to ask stuff of me. To, not just let me put a fucking stick below a bit of, like, very common coal and give me, like, fucking 4 torches. And the question now is, I find myself asking that now. How much of this is inherent to the experience, and how much of it is just because it's like I've played Minecraft, so I have that prior expectation, so when the game kind of slows down, I'm the kind of person who really tries to appreciate the little things, or at least, again, like I said, I try to. And oh dear, that's a wolf. Please, Mr. Wolf, don't. You will fight me and you will die, and I'm going to be sad because that is animal abuse. But jokes aside, I very much appreciate having to earn. Oh god, that's a boat horn. That explains a lot. Oh, so fuck off. Because, in general, I think, therefore, I'm not gonna make that joke. But seriously, in general, I have found that if, like, I don't know, I just enjoy learning that I've been taking something for granted, you know? It's just, I enjoy it. I enjoy, like, having to actually work for something that before used to be given freely, because, you know, it's a sense of pride and accomplishment. And actually, the first time I've had that experience was when I played, Sevtech. Because in the first stage that you do, essentially the tutorial, you don't have access to a crafting table. The tools that you use are a crafting stump, which first off has durability, so it slowly breaks. But secondly, oh god, it's found me. Ow. Please stop being this accurate. You know what? This ain't worth it. You ain't worth it, you hear me? You're not. What? That's two of them. That is two of them. Oh dear. I really appreciate the fact that they're very easy to hear. However, I wish they'd also be easy to get rid of. As I was saying, yes, there was clay. I had to surrender it for the night. Also, welcome back. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to escape across the lake. So as I was saying, when I was playing Sevtech for the first time, there was this very strange feeling that overtook me as I managed to like get out of the, H0 and acquire a crafting table. And it was this kind of very intense rush of comfort. I suddenly, like, it felt like this unfamiliar world that was a, mod that was what's the word I'm looking for? A full conversion. Suddenly became significantly closer to the game that I was used to. And that's a very unique feeling that I don't think I can experience again. But it's pretty close when I play, for example, this game and I like spend a lot of nights in dealing with pretty overwhelming, let's go with overwhelming darkness, only to suddenly at one point start literally lighting the area around me. You know, there's something very unique about that experience. Ooh, I think my math was off. Or remains to be seen. Actually, it is going to be off because I'm not too sure how I'm going to handle this area. Okay, I think I know. Oh, I think I just multiplied it, so I actually have a lot more than what I need. That's good. Alright, let's start. First off, let me just make a... how many? That's gonna be a... So 1 and a 2. 1, 2, 3. You know what, I'm gonna go a 2 by... I'm gonna make 8. Does it work like this? No. How do I craft the wattle and the wattle fence? Okay, got you. That's a lot of wattle. Well, I'm gonna find something to do with it. No matter. What do you mean another block is in the way? Alrighty. And I'm gonna be making how many? This is gonna be symmetrical, so if I can afford it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1 and 2. Yeah, I'm gonna go with 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then another 4. Oh, buzz off. This looks pretty good. Should I put some here as well? Nah. Yeah, this is good. I don't know, I'm going to see what I replace them with. Because I do have to replace them with something. Might use the rest to actually... What's the word? To close up the fences. One thing that wasn't too smart. Yeah, I'm going to place them like these. And then the rest. No, ain't gonna work. I'll figure out something to put there so that it's not that empty. Yeah, I'm gonna go like this. And then if I... Alright, let's see how this pans out. Does this work? I'm gonna go with kinda. Who the hell needs symmetry anyways? I'm not in search of it, at any rate. Yeah, this is turning out pretty nice. Alright. And I am out of thatch, I think. Like, fully. Yep. I can only continue once another batch is grown. Oh well, let's see. Have our yes. This is where the fun begins. I need to make a pair of tongs first. Actually, I'm gonna start the fire. I picked up those feathers specifically to burn in a fire, so I'm gonna go do that. Let's take the crucible is here, and the copper pieces are here. There you go, and start heating up. Do I have some more feather? Yes. So I'm going to be using the feather to kind of like heat up the thing as much as possible, because I don't want to go dig up some more clay. So we're gonna get it as high as possible before switching it out for peat. Oh, sorry, peat, not clay. Alright, well, this is burning up. I'll be making a... Let's see. I'm gonna wait so I can swap out for peat as soon as it's over, because it's not going to burn very... Oh, there we go. So now you're gonna wait for the peat to heat it up all the way to the maximum. And in the meantime, I have sticks, and I must ice cream. I actually have a bit of trouble remembering the recipe for tongs. One thing that I'll give Minecraft over this game is the fact that it has far more intuitive crafting recipes. It's not as logical, necessarily. Do I not have anything else to eat? God damn, I'm gonna need... Oh dear. Yeah, I think I can put one here now. And we are getting dangerously close to actually making... Let me put these here, and I'm going to put this one here. There we go. So that I don't accidentally pour it into the prospecting pick mold. I could probably be doing something else. Could have maybe made a different fire pit. Ah, who cares? This is shaping up pretty nicely, I have to say. Not to toot my own horn or anything. Now I have to wonder. Okay. I can... Alright. I'm thinking of using this, because eventually either this is going to become a food storage, or I'm just going to move my chickens here. Fuck. I would prefer not to need to light up another one, but it seems like this will be the case. You know, I'm thinking once I hit the Iron Age and I don't have any kind of like concrete goals, I'm going to start to set like super goals. Basically, it's going to be stuff that you know, I'm gonna be doing just because it's, well, you normally wouldn't do and probably shouldn't because it's a huge fucking waste of time. And I realize that if it starts raining, which is not too likely. Hold on, can I use dry grass for it? No, can I? No. I so don't want to make this thing. Don't ask me why, I just don't like it. It might be. Hold on, what are you? Yeah. Yeah, it ain't worth it. You know what? I'm gonna trust that it's not going to rain in game and in real life too. That seems sensible, right? Also, the reason I have two whatchamacallit, cooking pots is because one of them is gonna get dirty. I should actually make three because later on I'm gonna be carrying one around with me. Alrighty, that is done. Let me just put this away. You know what? I'm gonna start freeing up some space here. I'm gonna be picking these up. There's a lot of them, and I'm gonna be using them to burn. Let's pick some grass. So I'm gonna free the area around here in order to make a coop, or rather just a fenced-in area for whatchamacallem, both chickens and goats. And I'm gonna try to force the lambs in here, like just chase them here, because they're just gonna run from me, so there's no risk of them like actually dying because I have to hit them to provoke them. Just get started on that domestication as soon as I have the stuff. Oh, cool, birch seed. This is actually nice because, realistically speaking, there's not that much. Like, there's not too much, rather not too much, but there's a limited supply of wood around here. I'm gonna go with that. So yeah. I wonder, let me see something. We're currently in the pottery age. We're also going to be skipping through the bulk of the copper age. Because the copper age, like, the main problem with it is that copper compared to bronze is, like, significantly weak. So, in general, it's far better to be cheap with it and just not use it until you can get like actual bronze, so that you have a more reliable arsenal. Which is why I tend to avoid just making armor. Besides, I've seen it said, and I agree, that you really don't need more than like either leather armor, which is really neat, but I kind of don't like it. It feels a bit too weak, even if like it imposes no penalties, which is amazing. But personally, I'm a fan of the Gambison. Yeah, this feels like a wide enough area. So let's just I just realized I could have been cooking. I am also realizing that I am dangerously low on peat, and I want to make some. Oh dear. Oh, shit. There's just one serving, and so I'm gonna be making a lot more food. Oh, wait, you know what? You know what? I have a better idea. I have idea. I'm gonna put just one of these because it's an uneven amount. And I'm gonna be keeping the rest. Yeah. Economy. Not even once. I'm gonna be putting the fern in there. You know, if you could fuel a fire with these in order to melt down metals. I think you could actually melt down lead. That would mean that you've used a furnace. Thank you, thank you. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna give him a 5x5, that should work. One. So that means I need 7. 28. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, how do I make a wattle gate? Okay, I need 3 sticks and 1 knife. Let's make 2 of these. Stick them on here. Why? Well, doesn't matter. I'm going to be moving one of them away anyways. After I'm done. And I'm gonna make 1 more round of wattle. Let's put 2 nice looking posts. Alright. No, damn. Did the... No, the little lambs are still there. Good. Come on. Call me Mary because it's time to howl me. Okay, so this is open. Let's go. Run. Oi. You are supposed to be scared of me. What the fuck? What did you just say to me, you hapless little shit? Run away. No, not that way. Okay, no. There we go. Wait, can I push it? No. I don't think it's running away from me. Why are they... There we go. Let's get you on land. No, you are going the wrong way. Dumbass. This is not what I imagine rescuing an animal from a river is like, but then again, I'm trying to also strip it of its freedom. So who the fuck knows? Keep going, little buddy. Actually, one thing I suspect, this game might be more lenient than Minecraft when it comes to keeping animals, like the animal population. Because in Minecraft, apparently there's an upper limit to... Oi! Where the fuck are you running away? Are you fucking stupid? There you go. Keep going. That's right. No! Hey! Come on, little buddy, you can do this. You can do this. I believe in you. Oh, 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 he's gonna get there on his own. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, little buddy. Okay, so he does run away from me without me hitting him. That's good to know. So, water fucks with their AI. I mean, to be fair, I also think that if I didn't know how to swim... Oh, no, get out of there. Get out of there. Oh, it's just a small cave. Good thing. But you should still... Wait, catchable? What does catchable mean? I realized what I can try and do with these dumb shits. I can like set up a basket trap, like, you know, the cartoon thing where you put a stick to prop up like a box, and like, you know, whatever you're trying to catch will go in there, and like either manually or through a automized system. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, come on, little fella. Keep it cool, keep it cool, keep it cool. No, 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 no. Wrong way, wrong way. There we go, little buddy. Come on, in you go. There we go. Woo! I was genuinely stressed that I might have to like hit it so much that it would die. Now I'm gonna go eat. That is concerningly little food. Alright, time to pick up your other little buddy. But yeah, I actually forgot. I wonder how much more easy it would have been or not. No, 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 no. Alright, let's get you moving, buddy. I should probably mark that tree because I'm definitely gonna forget about it. No, 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 no. You are going to be... Dude, I am trying to get you in a place where you are sheltered and, like, protected from predators. And, like, fed constantly, actually. Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? There was actually a mod that I was really looking into, but I'm a bit iffy about, which actually adds a lot of, like, realism to animal rearing. There we go, buddy. There we go. Oh, I thought that was a fruit tree. Huh. Anyway, so I was looking into that mod and I was seriously considering adding it, but the problem is, like, as cool as that sounds, right, and the cool as it is in concept, there is one glaring issue, and that is that, like, because you are encouraged to not commit inbreeding. So, oh dear. No, no, no. Let's keep going. Let's keep pushing. I should have probably fenced in his baby bro. We're gonna hop that fence when we get to it. Alright, alright, alright. Up you go, little buddy. There we go, fella. Good job. Alright, let me just open one of these and hope that the other one isn't gonna get out while I go get this little dipshit. Get in. I said get in. Alright, 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 alright. Wait, no, 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 no. Wrong way, wrong way. Fuck. Hey, 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 hey. Good. Good boy. No. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Good. Good. No, hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on, little buddy. Turn around. Turn around. There we go. And now you go in. No. You will not. No. No, go back. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Alright, keep going, little buddy. There we go. There we go. No. Stay close. Stay close. No, 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 no. You turn around. You turn around. Good, 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 good. Whoo! There we go. And in before, these two are gonna grow up to be two males. I just feel it in my bones. Now I saw that there was a cave here, which seems to be, oh dear, pretty deep and also covered up by. Have I seen this thing before? And I promptly forgot. I probably did. I should clear out the vegetation around it. Could also do with adding the level of whatchamacallit. Like a one tall. Alright, let's cook this up. I'm gonna keep these two. And so I'm gonna put these. This seems prudent. Oh dear, you know what, actually? I'm just gonna cook these together. This. And I don't have anything to cook them with because firewood is going to be turned into charcoal, so I'm not gonna do that. All things considered, things are going pretty good right now. I'm curious how the like nearby area stacks up. You know, how many, rather, how and what minerals do we actually have around here? It might be prudent. Hold on. What traders have we found so far? Commodities, agriculture, treasure hunter, agriculture, and commodities, and clothing. Clothing is decent because you can get Gamboy's armor from him, and honestly, for the price, yeah. I'd much rather use linen that I get for brain please. Working at the windmill, and honestly, that's about it. Because everything else, I mean, I just turn it into bandages. But I could use a furniture trader. Because I can get... Hold on, let me see. I think... Oh, yeah, I could make a scrap torch holder, which is pretty good for what I need. Yeah, so I need both... I need the furniture trader for both a torch holder. Because in general, I like to have at least one torch holder for torches in my house so that I can... Well, actually, there we go. So that I actually can light stuff without needing to use the unreliable fire starter. Alright, I'm just gonna put these in here, and you are going here. Bit of decoration. Time to get copper. What the? Do I have the ladders with me? Yes. This bows poorly. Hold on, sandstone? Why did it pop to mind? Wait, what? Okay. What could I possibly... I think I might be mixing up, or rather, in my mind, they get... it gets the response from... what's it called? Echo, which is a kind of like multiplayer educational kind of survival game. And sandstone in that game is pretty important because it's the only rock within which you can find iron ore. And there's also the only rock, or not the only rock, but you can grind it up, and then sift it into actual sand, which is again useful because of you can use it to make well, glass. You can use it to make cement. It's overall real good. I am hearing a portal nearby. Flip side is there's copper, and I have enough for a prospecting pig. But I do need to go and mine the... what's it called? I'm gonna need to go mine the coal. I'm probably gonna cover this. What are the odds there's gonna be enemies spawning down there and annoy me? Wow, I was pretty much on the dot. I'm gonna pick up... where's the smaller stack? There we go. And it's gonna be fine. Come on, game, I want food. Thank you. Alright. How much? 24. We need 100 units. And 24 times 15 is 300. We have enough for, well, another set of tools. But ideally that shouldn't happen. But it's good to have in reserve. I'm going to make, one pick and 2 ingots. That should do it. What are we doing for the weather? I'm tentatively going to... how would this look? You know what, I can probably do something with this afterwards, so I'm going to stick to it like this. Alright, what else? I'm not tempted, really. Oh shit, I can actually... I'm not going to take goat capture off the list yet, because What was I saying? I'm not gonna take it quite yet off the list because it's not certain that they're gonna be of either gender. Actually, what are the chances? I think it's like 25%, right? Wait, no, it's 50% actually. It should be 25. Because it's 50% chance that either of them would be... Statistics is fucking me up right now. Hold on. Math ain't mathin'. So there's two possibilities for each of them, right? Male or female. So the combinations can be that goat A is male and goat B is male. That is, both of them have the same gender. Okay, yeah, I figured out what was doing my head. And so there's a 50% chance that they're gonna be different genders. And is this... no, nothing too significant. So there's a 50% chance that they're gonna be the same gender, and 50% that they're gonna be different, and there's a 25% chance for either gender combination, so both males or both females. Do I have a... I do. Because apparently there's some tool that I missed. Would be cool if I found some more so that I could... What is... Oh! Oh, right, because I noticed that there's a lot of it here. I forgot where I was going with this. Oh, right, if there was one more tool so I can make a set of... Well, actually, I think it's one roof. Oh, shit, let's go! You know what? We're digging here. Ladies and gentlemen, we got it. I'm just gonna get, like, a stack. Honestly, probably not even gonna get that much. Hello! You mean on stream, or I just, whatchamacallit, or, like, for myself? Or for yourself? Because, personally, I kind of like Minecraft less than this. Which is partly because I've played Minecraft for a lot longer, so, you know, there's the novelty factor. What? What do you mean? You know what? I'm just gonna take Albania because I think Albanians really like it when they're mentioned. I'm gonna mark this place down. Oh, shit. You know, I wonder, because I'm thinking again, cool, there's a walnut nearby, because walnuts are somewhat more rare, a tree species. And I'm thinking, did I have a similar moment last stream? Because I feel like I did. But hey, I get to experience the joy of rediscovering a walnut near me. And let's go. Yeah, go chasing that butterfly, buddy. I am not here. Oh, fuck off! Out of the frying pan and into a different frying pan. Hey, there's a... No, that's maple. Nighttime's coming, and I'm not too far from home. Is there really only cattail nearby? If I find a tool patch, I'm literally going to just cut out one of them. Leave the whole lot intact otherwise. Because it fucks with my head that I have... So, I had 2 pieces before, and I... Hold on, the math ain't adding up. So I had 2 pieces, right? But now I have 5. But I remember cutting only 2. Did I forget cutting a 3rd one? And I'm gonna need to make... I do need a saw for a lot of stuff. Including for a trough for these 2 fuckers. Oh, cool, I have some more left. Alrighty. Let's burn up some ferns. Fern, here's what we're gonna do today. We're going to be We're gonna be fuel for fire used to make stuff. I actually wonder... I'm just curious, but I actually do wonder if I'm gonna have... Oh, I'm gonna have leftover copper. That's neat. You know what? I'm going to keep the copper if I can cook all of it, so I free up my inventory. Because brown coal has a low top burning temperature compared to even charcoal. So I'm gonna cook it down like this. Just so that it gets cooked quickly. Oh, come on. Why do we have to have an increased hunger rate for holding stuff in our secondary hand? I think what I'm gonna do is pour the pick, give a prospect to like the nearby, like just here on the island. If I find tin at a significant enough density, I'll go get it. Oh, fuck. Wait, how did that not do any damage? Wait, can I still use it? Yes. Good. Oh. Do I have enough sticks? Oh! Just enough. Ugh. Well, shit. Turns out I need 6 per block. I think this should be hot enough. Or at least I hope. Rather take... Oh yeah, it's only 20 of them, never mind. Yeah, this is more than enough. I forgot about the wooden tongs. There we go. Alright. It is nice, toasty, and cozy. And nothing can potentially come over me while I sleep. So it's time to do precisely that. Whoa, that fire really put out some smoke throughout the night. Holy shit. Oh, I'm gonna need a stick. Alright, let's see what have we got around us. Have you grown yet? No. Now it could be fun to go down in here. However, I'm going to go in here because it's just easier to access. Also, please nobody say, is this Silent Hill with all this fog around? Well, shit. I want to take another sample. Sadly, I don't really have that many caves nearby. Just kind of get a rough idea of the lay of the land. But I wonder, can highlight be placed? Oh yeah. There's also boulders. That's interesting. Oh, speaking of boulders. That's a 1-y. And a 2-y. Oh, buzz off. Let's try this again. 1. Please be far enough. There we go. Okay, let's see. What improved, what did not? Everything is worse. Why is lead the most widespread thing in here? Though, there's magnetite nearby. But, wait, cassiterite. Did I see cassiterite? Yes. Alright. Cassiterite is the ore from which tin is extracted. So that's cool. And we're gonna need cassiterite. So, that's gonna be our next objective. Alright, let's do a quick update. So, we have acquired copper tools. The thatch roof isn't finished, but it's 1/3 of the way there, I'd say. We've prospected the area. So that's good. And I haven't technically built farmland, but I have set a list. Sorry, I have set a couple of whatchamacall them. I've planted a couple of plants, so that's good. And the goat capture might have brain work with me. Might be successful, considering the fact that, you know, again, we don't know quite yet if they are both the same gender or if I've got a ram and a sheep. It's not a sheep, it's an ew. Oh my god, brain. But they're there, and they're gonna grow, and that's at least 50% of the way there. What else? No borax, no lime, and we're not really close to getting a bronze anvil. So that's not great. However, we have achieved part of the current objectives, and I am going to add find cassiterite rich area for next time. What else? Because I like this idea of like 4 objectives from which to do 2 of them. What else can I really do? Considering the area. You know what? Increase storage. At least 2 more storage vessels. Stock up on peat. That seems prudent. Should I add getting started on charcoal pit? And I'm gonna add a new category called super goals post content objectives. I'm gonna call them, where it's just gonna be something that's, again, an absurdly time consuming and like big goal that primarily only serves to just give me something to strive for. So for these, the first one, which is something I've wanted to make since forever, is maximum size charcoal pit. Which is to say, you know, both making it and firing it. Meteorite, iron, armor set, minimum of 1. Because we found quite a few, and I think I can find more reliably now with the whole technique. These two, you know what? They seem pretty decently contrasting, because one of them is pretty much just grinding, and the other one is pretty much just luck in finding something that's rare. I'm gonna have to think about what specifically I'm gonna be making with it. And I think with that, yep, I think that pretty much wraps things up for today. Thank you very much for all of you present here. And next stream, probably Sunday. Have a great rest of the day. I'm just gonna go